Alright everyone, welcome to my Smackdown Shut Your Mouth Let's Playthrough. Not a Let's Play anymore, we're calling playthroughs now. Part 46. It's been a little while since I put the last part up, and I've had this one for a while. I need to finish off the month of, we're in May. Yeah, we're in May. We're only at the second week here, but I finished the month of May in this part, and it's just a little bit over 15 minutes, so it wasn't a very long month. The longest thing was that stupid pay-per-view in England where I lost my Intercontinental title, lost in a match to Edge, and at least I won the tag match, right? So now if you recall, I was having a deal with Kevin Nash in this month. And that's why it's so short, because I don't have a couple of matches in a couple of these weeks. So Nash, as I recall right, he did not like me because some kid came up to me and asked for my autograph from him. Obviously, someone's going to be mad about that. And when that someone is Kevin Nash, he's like 300 pounds and 7 feet tall, that's a good reason to be a little bit scared. But anyway, he's going to come down here and maybe talk some smack. Well, I'm already sitting out at ringside. Maybe he's having a match, I don't know. But the point is, we're not going to get that far. And you'll see why. I mean, I'm sure you can guess that I'm going to attack him or he's going to attack me, so it's not that hard to foresee at this point. Wrestling can be pretty predictable, but it's still entertainment, it's still fun to watch. So we do get to see an NWO entrance here. I think we might have seen Hogan's before this, but I always liked how they did the NWO effect in this game. It's something that they don't really have in the rest of the games for a long time. So yeah, I get the choice to interfere or don't interfere. And look at that, I'm interfering. This is what he gets for beating me down last week before the pay-per-view. I think that's what happened. It's been a while since I saw it. Also, yeah, there's some clipping issues with the hair there, you might have noticed. Kind of maybe looked like I had an Abe Lincoln beard there. But anyway, that's all this week is. It was just me beating up Kevin Nash. I think the next couple of weeks I do have matches. At least this week 3 I do. And we will get to see what it is in just a moment here. It might even be with Kevin Nash. Because for some reason the guy that I'm supposed to be having a match at the pay-per-view... Oh, no, it's William Regal. Well, you know how this is going to go. This is the guy that took my Intercontinental Championship. You know I'm not going to be happy with him. But I can't remember if I actually win this match or not. I guess we'll find out in a couple minutes here. Anyway, my channel is starting to get a little dry for content here because I'm running out of stuff to upload. Yeah, I'm actually running out of stuff. I have one short session of Fire Emblem. I have a quick session of Tabletop Simulator. And that's all I have recorded right now. Oh, no, I have another game that I've got rendered and everything. I just have to upload it. It's just going to be a really long upload, so I have to do it at night when everyone's asleep. I don't want to rape the bandwidth, especially when my brother's home. Because I know he won't be happy when... He's never happy because he's playing League of Legends. But he will be less happy, is my point. So here we go, me and William Regal, a rematch from the pay-per-view, except for it's not for the title. Well, maybe I'll get that back next month. Next month is King of the Ring, and I don't think I'm going to take part in the King of the Ring event, just because... Like I've said before, I want to win the title at WrestleMania after winning the Royal Rumble. And obviously I can't do that. Well, I can do that if I win the title at King of the Ring. I just have to lose it right after. Because at this point, in 2002, the King of the Ring tournament was held for the WWE Championship, I think. I think it was. I might be wrong about that. I can quickly double check right now. King of the Ring 2002. I remember the main event was Brock Lesnar versus Test. I just can't remember who won that match. Or, well, no, Brock won the match. I just can't remember if it's for the title or not. Let's see. Oh no, it wasn't him versus Test. It was the finals were him against Rob Van Dam. The semifinals were Lesnar versus Test, and it gave him a shot at the title. Okay, so if I won King of the Ring here, I would probably get a shot at the title, and that would occur at, let's see, June. Is Vengeance after King of the Ring or before? I don't know. But it would either be... I'm pretty sure Vengeance is actually after King of the Ring, so I would probably have the title shot at Vengeance or SummerSlam. Maybe I will win the King of the Ring. I won't win the title, I mean, spoilers, I'm not gonna throw the match. But I will at least get far enough to win the King of the Ring. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm not saying I will, I'm going to try for it. I mean, I've lost plenty of matches since getting back into this game, just because I kind of lost myself on how to play. And I mean, playing other games also screws me a bit too. Like playing the first Smackdown vs. Raw, it's got the same control scheme as Here Comes the Pain, but Here Comes the Pain is different from Shut Your Mouth, so it's gonna be a bit of a tough time going back. And let's not even get into Showdown Legends of Wrestling, which I still have to record. I'll probably end up doing that in the next couple of days here. I mean, I do want to get the recorded footage out of the way before my midterm comes up, because I do have a midterm exam coming in a couple of weeks. And I do need to spend some time on that. The course isn't hard, it's mostly memorization, but I do need to learn the material pretty well. I've got a grasp on it. A lot of it's pretty common sense. It's just big terms, big words that you need to... that might catch you up a little bit, let's say. But we'll see how that goes. I just want to pass. I just want to get this course done and over with. Then I have to do my work terms, which I imagine will be happening in the fall. Maybe the summer, but probably it'll start in the fall. And that's going to take quite a bit of time away from me to be able to do this stuff. I mean, I can easily edit and upload a video. That's not going to take me very long. Especially just the uploading part. I'll just leave my computer on overnight and do it. It's the stuff like this where I have to play the game and I have to do the voiceovers. That takes time. And if I'm working a full-time job for 4 to 8 months, I'm not going to have that time. I mean, yeah, I'll have weekends, but that's still 2 days, and that's days that I could be doing other things that I want to. I don't always want to just sit behind the computer screen talking to myself for the most part. And I got my comeuppance on William Regal. Maybe this should give me a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, but it doesn't. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we don't get to see a post-match celebration or beatdown of William Regal because I believe I get a little cutscene with Kevin Nash again. Here he is, and I believe this is when we get into having the match at what's the pay-per-view this month? Judgment Day? I think it's Judgment Day. Yep, it's going to be your Judgment Day. So, let's see, fine by me, or I could just stare him down. And you know, I think I was supposed to have the match at the pay-per-view if I chose the other option, but if I chose just to stare him down, I don't end up having that match. Maybe that's why, because... spoilers, but I say that a lot, I've realized. I say that. Spoilers, it's not a big deal. At Judgment Day, I don't have a match. I know that. And it kind of sucks, because I miss out on getting the reward from Judgment Day. Because, remember, I didn't have the match the first Judgment Day because I was still on Heat. That makes me wonder, I haven't played the Here Comes the Pain season mode in a while. If you start with the Created Wrestler, do you start on Heat and Velocity? Depending on what show you're on? It Guess we'll have to find out when we get to that. Oh yeah, and we get another performance from Stacy Keibler, which is the exact same thing we saw before, with her soulless digital eyes and I've said it before, I wouldn't mind watching Stacy Keibler dance. I find it a little weird watching a video game model of Stacy Keibler dance. Oh yeah, and I meet Chris Jericho, a guy that we established a year ago that I do not like. Called him a has-been. You know, one thing I'm kind of surprised I haven't run across is the random backstage event where you spill coffee on someone. Usually it's either Kane or Chris Jericho. I think I might have seen it be some other guys a couple of times, but usually it ends up being Kane or Jericho. Yeah, you spill coffee on them, and then you get into a backstage brawl. I don't think it matters what option you pick. You could say you're sorry, or just tell them to watch where they're going, or whatever it is. And then you just start fighting backstage, which is something I want to happen. How often have I fought people backstage here? I think I've had one hardcore match where we found our way to the backstage area there. Okay, you got a match against Jeff Hardy here. I don't think anything special happens in this match. No interference, no title match at the end of it, no number one contendership. It's just I take on Jeff Hardy. So, back to talking about my channel and some stuff I was going to do for it. After I get the Wee Man's Winter Wrestling video up, which will probably result in me taking a break from recording new stuff as soon as I get that uploaded. I might record a little bit more Smackdown Check the Browse just because I'll have the PS2 on and everything hooked up. But other than that, I will be taking a little break from recording new content, so I will still have stuff to upload. Just a few parts of Fire Emblem and a couple of other random videos here and there. But if I seem to disappear again for a couple days, maybe a week, it's because I'm studying for my class, and my schoolwork comes before this. I may hate my instructor, but my schoolwork comes before this. She's such an arrogant bitch. And I mean, I've had a lot of great instructors over my time in college. I can only name 3 that I didn't like. And 2 of them came in one semester. And at least those courses were pretty easy. One of them was a guy who was the definition of, if you can't do, you teach. He was balding, he was condescending, he lost his wife, he was saying, and he has a new girlfriend who's in the Philippines or something like that. He's just that kind of guy. But the course was really simple, and I could have bombed the final and still got an A. I did still get an A, so I probably did bomb the final. The other one was a woman, and she was just really arrogant and thought too highly of herself. I didn't like her because of that. I mean, the whole class got an assignment one time, and the best mark, which was my group, not to toot my own horn because I didn't do anything, but it was my group, and we got a 67, which is a C+, and that was the best mark in the whole class. She took it out on the class. She said that it was our fault. But if the whole class isn't getting something, you think maybe it's because you're not teaching well? You know? And this current one, she's a very stereotypical night class teacher, because it is a night class. And she thinks that how she does things is right, even though she's not a full-time teacher, so how she does things is questionable. She seems to think the only way people learn is by participating in class, and I'm not gonna say that that's not how some people learn, because that is how people do learn. But everyone learns a lot of different ways. I know how I learn, and personally, I don't like to talk in front of a class because you've probably heard it here, but I stumble over my words a lot. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if I have a speech impediment. I might. I don't think I do, but I might. But I don't like to talk in front of the class for reasons like that. And I mean, I can get through a presentation. But that's different than answering just a question where I might be wrong and I might be told, no, you're wrong. Because that's another thing. I hate being wrong and I hate failing. And just back to the game for a minute here. You saw that I didn't have a match with Kevin Nash. Instead, he has a match with Lance Storm. Nothing happens at Judgment Day. I think I run one person, but nothing comes of it. And that'll be it for the month. So it's be coming to an end pretty quickly here. But yeah, once I start to get back on track, I hope to start recording some parts for Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and I want to do things for Dark Cloud. I want to do the Dark Cloud games. And we're going back to the game here for a minute. You notice I didn't start backstage, I started in the locker room with Kurt Angle. That's because at Judgment Day, Kurt Angle, you can get a storyline with him where you shave his head. But obviously, since I'm not in that storyline, I just talk to him and just goes, "Oh, you better watch your back." But that's it. But as I was saying, Dragon Ball Z Budokai, I want to maybe get started on Dark Cloud, and I think I want to do some videos on FTL Faster Than Light. Because looking at how many hours I put into that game, I know quite a bit about it by now. And it's a fun game. It's one of the best indie games I've ever played, and it's one that I keep going back to. Which I can't say a lot about a lot of indie games. A lot of them I play once and finish and never go back to it, and a lot of them just suck and I don't play them at all again. So it could be interesting. But I think that's it, so I will see you guys when I record some new footage. Part 47.